These requirements govern student participation in school athletics, fine arts, and activities. Page 19, student leadership and recognition. Students who are interested in holding a student leadership position will lose this opportunity to do so for 1 calendar year following violations of Section 205, chemical violations, Section 206, code of conduct violations, and or Section 209, harassment and hazing violations of the Minnesota State High School League Handbook. Example of leadership positions are, but not limited to, athletic captains, student council leadership positions, homecoming court, pathfinders, yearbook editor-in-chief, etc.
Pages 20 through 23, attendance makeup practices, detention. Detention times for after-school attendance makeup sessions are different lengths, 30, 60, and 90-minute detentions. If you are tardy 3 times to the same class, you must serve a 30-minute detention. If you are marked unexcused for a 54-minute class, regular or early bird, you must serve a 60-minute detention. If you are marked unexcused for a 90-minute class, you must serve a 90-minute detention. If you are 10 or more minutes late to a class, or if you leave a class early without permission, you will be marked unexcused for that class and will owe a detention session that matches the class length for which you were marked unexcused. And if you are marked unexcused for academic seminar, you must serve a 60-minute detention. If you arrive 10 or more minutes late to a class, you are required to stay in class even though you will be marked as absent unexcused. Failure to complete a required detention for 1 or more unexcused absences or tardies during the trimester will result in the loss of credit for the class. Students may lose credit to a class even if they reach 7 unexcused absences, even if they attended the detentions. If you become ill during the day, it is not okay to simply walk out of the building. You must have permission from the school nurse or an administrator to leave Jefferson, and you must officially check out with the attendance office. Even if parents know you are sick and going home ill, it is required that the school gives approval for students to leave. If you arrive late to school, you must sign in at the attendance window. If you leave school early, you must have parents call the attendance office first and then sign out at the attendance window. Once the school day begins, all comings and goings must be through the main entrance, door number 1, by the flagpoles. There's more detailed information on attendance that you should review. Please refer to pages 20 through 23 in the student handbook for more complete information on attendance.
Page 26, emergency procedures. Teachers will review procedures for fire, lockdown, and tornadoes in their respective rooms and show you where those procedures are posted in their rooms. This will be done during the first week of school. Page 26, student visitors. Jefferson does not allow student visitors. Please see Mr. Grubner if you have any questions about this.
Page 27, student behavior expectations. The purpose of having student behavior expectations is to ensure that students are aware of and comply with Independent School District 271's expectations for student conduct. Such compliance will enhance the school's ability to maintain discipline and ensure that there is no interference with the educational process. The school district will take appropriate disciplinary action when students fail to adhere to the student conduct code. The school board recognizes that individual responsibility and mutual respect are essential components of the educational process. All students are entitled to learn and develop in a setting which promotes respect of self, others, and property. Proper student conduct is necessary to facilitate the educational process and to create an atmosphere conducive to high student achievement. Page 28, consequences for unacceptable behavior. Although Jefferson High School encourages the development of self-discipline, there are instances where it will be necessary to administer disciplinary measures. Basically, any of the consequences on page 28 may occur due to inappropriate behavior.
Page 28, bullying. Bullying is defined as any physical, verbal, or written act or gesture, including electronically transmitted acts, i.e., cyberbullying through the use of internet, cell phone, personal digital assistant, PDAs, computer or wireless handheld device currently in use or later developed that is reasonably perceived as being dehumanizing, intimidating, hostile, humiliating, threatening, or otherwise likely to evoke fear of physical harm or emotional distress, and which may also be motivated but not limited by bias or prejudice based upon any actual or perceived characteristic such as race, color, religion, ancestry, national origin, gender, sexual orientation, gender identity or expression, or a mental, physical, or sensory disability or impairment, or by any other distinguishing characteristic, or is based upon association with another person who has or is perceived to have any distinguishing characteristic. The Bloomington School Board encourages a welcoming school environment and expects students and employees to conduct themselves in keeping with their levels of development, maturity, and demonstrated capabilities with a proper regard for the rights and welfare of other students and school staff, the educational purpose underlying all school activities, and the care of school facilities and equipment. The board recognizes that a school that is physically and emotionally safe and secure for all students and staff promotes good citizenship, increases student attendance and engagement, and supports academic achievement. To protect the rights of all students and staff for a safe and secure learning environment, any acts of bullying are prohibited. Bullying behavior is often repeated or has the potential to be repeated over time, and a perceived or actual imbalance of power often exists. However, the bullying behavior doesn't have to be repetitive to meet the criteria. A single incident may result in consequences.
Page 29, bus transportation. If you ride the bus, please read page 29 of the handbook. Please keep in mind that when you are on a school bus or waiting at a bus stop, you are on school property and all school rules are in effect. Riding a bus is a privilege, and you can lose bus riding privileges temporarily or permanently for inappropriate behavior. Page 30, campus restrictions. Closed campus. Jefferson High School has a closed campus. This means that you are not allowed out of the building without prior permission from a school administrator. Students found outside of the building, off school premises, or in unauthorized areas of the school will be subject to search of their person and personal belongings and subject to suspension or community service. Your car is also subject to search when you have been off campus without prior authorization. This includes the lunch period, except for students in grades 10 through 12 on final exam days.